Hello everyone and welcome to the concrete technology class. In this class, we will have a look on the concrete technology from the basic, starting from the concrete ingredients, the concrete materials, and we will go up to advance in the concrete technology. We will go up to the high performance concrete, the durability of the concrete, etc. So today is the first lecture in concrete technology class. What we will discuss in this session, we will go through what is concrete, the history of concrete, what are the concrete ingredients or the concrete materials, and the modern concrete, what are the application of the concrete, where do we normally use the concrete for, and what is significant about concrete, what makes concrete different than any other construction material. So starting with what is concrete. The word concrete comes from a Latin word concretus, which means compact. So the main feature and the main property of the concrete is the compaction properties. And nowadays concrete is the most common and necessary material in our life, and it's considered the second most widely used material in the world, with about 5 billion tons of concrete are used or produced annually. So these 5 billion tons, this number reflect how significant and how important is the concrete in our life or in the construction industry in general. So concrete is a composite material composed of aggregate bonded together with the cement base which harden over time. So in this course, we will start to learn or study the concrete from the basic, and we will go up to the advanced concrete. So the basic in concrete, so you will start to have a different look on the concrete, and we'll discuss the concrete in a different way. So if we need to describe concrete, concrete actually is a composite material made of different raw materials, cement, water, and aggregate. So the aggregate, we have fine aggregate and we have coarse aggregate. The fine aggregate is the sand, the coarse aggregate is the gravel or the big stone or whatever you can call it. So let's just write here in general, but today we will just discuss concrete ingredients just in general, then we will go in more deeply for each type of this material in details in the following session. So today just we need to go with the concrete ingredient, that the concrete is cement, water, and aggregate. So these are the main material to produce concrete. We have cement, water, and an aggregate. We have two types of aggregate. We have fine aggregate and we have coarse aggregates. So the fine aggregate is the sand, you can also call it fine aggregate. The coarse aggregate is the big stone, so you can either call it, it can be either gravel, stone, or whatever you can call it. So these are the main raw material to make concrete. That's why we call the concrete is artificial stone made of different raw materials. So it's a composite material composed of aggregate bonded together with cement base which harden over time. So it is actually aggregate. Concrete is aggregate with a fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. Sand and the gravel are combined together or are bonded together with the cement paste. And the cement paste here, which is cement mixed with water, we call it cement paste. The cement paste is act like a glue that glue all the aggregate particle with the sand or gravel, and at the end of the day I come up with the big stone, we call it concrete. So now you will start have a different look on the science of concrete. So concrete again, it is the aggregate particles, whether fine aggregate or coarse aggregate. The sand and the gravel particle are bonded together with the cement paste, and the cement paste is act like a glue that glue all the sand and gravel particle together, and at the end of the day I come out with a big stone, we call it concrete. So concrete is compaction property. So it is an artificial stone made of sand, stone, water, and cement. That's why we call it artificial and composite material, because we are combining different raw materials together. So concrete is most widely used construction material, and why? Because of the availability of the raw material. What do we need to produce concrete? We actually need cement, water, sand, and gravel, and all these materials are available everywhere. That makes concrete special. That makes concrete the most widely used construction material. One of the reasons that makes it one of the most used construction material. So we go with the history of concrete. Concrete actually, it's not a new material that has been used recently. No, concrete has been used over thousands or hundreds of years, and it has been used through the Egyptian when they made the pyramids. Almost 3000 BC, the Egyptian built pyramids, and what they use gypsum mortar. So concrete is a binder material, aggregate that is bonded using a binder material. In the modern material here, cement is the binder binder material. The cement base is act like a glue that bind the aggregate particle together. But here, the binder material that they were using, they use gypsum. So gypsum is act the same as what cement do in the nowadays concrete type. So 3000 BC, the pyramids were made by concrete. So any material that composite material that mixing together, combining with different raw material and start to harden over time and gain more strength over time, we call it concrete. So concrete is not new science. It has been used by 100 or 1000 years ago. Also, in the Greeks and the Cyprus use concrete material, and the binder material here, they use the lime mortars. So the lime mortars is act the same as gypsum here, and also it's act the same what cement do as a binder material, glue all the aggregate particles or glue any material particles together, and it will harden over time, gain more strength, and it can also last for hundreds and even thousands of years. China also used concrete in the production of the Great Wall, and with almost 220 BC. What they used the lime-based cementitious material. The binder material, what they use is the lime material. Also, the Romans use concrete by mixing the volcanic ash. So the volcanic ash is act the same together with the lime, act as a binder material in the production of concrete that is hardened over time, and it can last for hundreds and even thousands of years. So the science of concrete is not new. It has been used over hundreds or thousands of years ago. And if we look on the concrete in general, the science of concrete is as a composite material that is as a result of combining different raw material or binder material. This binder material act like a glue, and it's a glue all the aggregate particles, and at the end of the day I come up with a big stone that is hardened over time, and we call it concrete. The modern concrete. In the modern concrete, what we normally use, we use cement. The binder material, that the most common binder material in the production of the modern concrete, what you see now is the cement. And the most common type of cement is the Portland cement concrete. So we have three basic raw material to produce the modern concrete. What you see, the concrete today is Portland cement, aggregate, and water. These are the three main materials to produce any concrete. Again, we write it here. We have cement, we have water, and we have aggregates. Aggregate, we have fine aggregates, coarse aggregate. The fine aggregate is the sand, in other words, you can call it fine aggregate. The coarse aggregate is the gravel or stone or whatever you can call it. So these are the main component to produce a concrete, and you cannot find the concrete without binder material, without cement. And you won't find any concrete without the use of water, and also you won't find concrete without the use of the aggregate. And also here, concrete is a composed mainly of cement, which is Portland cement, the most common used type of cement, aggregate, water, in addition to the admixtures. As I mentioned before, these are the three main raw material to produce any concrete, and we might also have other material, extra material. We call it admixtures. So what is admixtures? Admixture is any material you add to the concrete together with this raw material. We call it admixtures. And these admixtures, we have different types of admixtures. We have mineral admixtures, we have chemical admixtures, and the main purpose of using admixtures is to improve the properties of the concrete, improve the workability, improve the compressive strength, improve the durability. So we have different purposes in order for the use of admixtures in the concrete, but it is optional and it's not one of the main concrete ingredients. So you may or may not use admixtures in the concrete, but these are the main raw material that must be in the concrete production. Today is just general introduction, but later we will have the admixtures in more details, the types of the admixtures, the purpose of using admixtures, and how the admixtures can enhance and improve the properties of the concrete, and when do we use the admixtures and how do we use admixtures in the concrete. So this is the modern concrete. Again, the main binder material used in the modern concrete production is the cement, and the most type of cement is Portland cement that you can see everywhere around you.